Hi there, I'm Adrian Jones, the head coach at Tradeology.com and a professional trader. I would like to share with you today a system that has been very profitable for us. It's called the Iron Eagle system. All I ask is that you leave me a comment below telling me what you think of the system. I will award a gift for feedback I think is the best. I would also encourage you to join my first in line notification list below, because I will be making some important announcements in the next few days and also giving away other exciting gifts. Okay, let's get started and I'll explain how it works. Regardless of whether you are an experienced or a beginner trader, the Iron Eagle Forex system is a unique system which is very easy to understand and with which you could achieve a very high success rate. Along with a few standard indicators, this system uses one custom indicator. You will have to install them on your MetaTrader 4 platform to trade the system. Once these indicators are set up on your charts, you are ready to go. I'll explain how to do that shortly. Okay guys, so down on the page, you'll be able to download the Iron Eagle zip file with all the indicators in it and an auto installer. Once you've downloaded it, open up your hard drive, save it on your hard drive where you prefer. So for me, for example, it's in the downloads folder, but of course you can select which other folder you want to download it to. Simply right click on it and you can extract it here. So I've extracted it and you'll see it contains 2 files, including one executable file. So just double click on Iron Eagle Forex. And then when it opens up, just follow the instructions. So in this instance, I'm just going to click Next. Then I get to the license agreement. We can scroll through that and then click Next by accepting it. Okay, and then we'll see we have a destination folder and you can select which MetaTrader 4 system you'd like to install this on. You may have one, in this case there's 2, and you can simply select or choose each of them. It will show you by default which platforms you have on your PC. So I'm going to leave it there and just click Next. And then we can click Next again and it'll start to installing. And it's now installed. Click Next. Now we see the installation is complete. We can click Run this MetaTrader installation. And if you then click Finish, it'll open up your MetaTrader platform. I'm just going to leave that unchecked and hit Finish. And that's it. It's done. And you will now have the Iron Eagle Forex installed on your platforms. Let's now move on to the components of the system. Let's move on to the components of the system. The Iron Eagle Forex system consists of the following indicators: a swing points indicator, a MACD, and a stochastic oscillator. Here's what they will look like on your chart. You can see the swing points, the MACD, and the stochastic, and we'll go through these each one by one in a moment. If the price breaks above the most recent swing point, while stochastic and MACD are in alignment, we'll be looking for buy or long trades. On the other hand, if the price breaks below the most recent swing point while the stochastic and MACD are in alignment, then we'll be on the lookout for sell or short trades. Let's have a look at swing points. In order to define a swing low point for our purposes, we are looking to see a yellow dot below the price, as you'll see on the image. This is in the custom indicator. There's no need to code or look for them. They appear on your chart as yellow dots. Swing high points for our purposes are determined by taking an opposite view. Therefore, a yellow dot will appear above the price, as in the image. Let's have a look at some of the rules for trading the system. Buy trade rules. 1. Price must close above the previous or most recent swing high point, as you'll see in the image. 2. The MACD histogram must close above the signal line for at least 3 candles, as illustrated in the image. 3. The stochastic oscillator must be pointing upwards. In other words, a blue line must move above the red line for at least 1 bar, and you'll see that also in the image. 4. Enter the trade at the close of the candle. 5. Place the stop loss a few pips below the most recent swing low. 6. Place your take profit the same distance away from your entry as your stop loss. That is, a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Let's move on to the sell trade rules. 1. Price must close below the previous or most recent swing low point, as in the image. MACD histogram must be below the signal line for at least 3 candles. 3. Stochastic oscillator must be pointing downwards. That is, the blue line must be below the red line for at least 1 bar. 4. Enter the trade at the close of the candle. 5. Place the stop loss a few pips above the most recent swing high. 6. Place your take profit the same distance away from your entry as your stop loss. That is, a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Let's have a look at some buy trade examples now. This trade was taken on the pound USD pair 4-hour time frame. I was observing the price and waiting for it to cross and close above the most recent swing high point. After that happened, I checked the MACD to see if the histogram was above the signal line for at least 3 previous candles. That condition was met. Therefore, I checked the stochastic indicator to see if the blue line was above the red line for at least 1 candle. That was also the case, so I entered the buy trade at the close of that candle. My stop loss was placed a few pips below the most recent swing low. My take profit was set the same distance away from the entry as my stop loss. Now let's look at a sell trade example. This trade was taken on the Aussie USD pair 15-minute time frame. I was observing the price and waiting for it to cross and close below the most recent swing low point. After that happened, I checked the MACD to see if the histogram was below the signal line for at least 3 previous candles. Since that condition was met, I checked the stochastic oscillator to see if the blue line was below the red line for at least 1 candle. That was the case, so I entered the buy trade at the close of that candle. My stop loss was placed a few pips above the most recent swing high point. My take profit was set the same distance away from the entry as my stop loss. Let's move on now and see the system live in action. Okay guys, so let's have a look at a chart with a sell trade using the Iron Eagle system. And this is the pound USD 1-hour time frame. And as I mentioned, we're waiting now for setup for a sell trade. We can see a swing low point here, and I'm waiting for price to close below this level. I'll just mark it off with a line here so that we know where it is. And we're waiting for price to cross below this level. And of course, close below it. We can already see that the other 2 indicators, the conditions for them, are in alignment. And we can see the histogram on the MACD is just below the red line, and on the stochastic, the blue line is below the red line. So at the moment, we're just waiting to see that price crosses below this level, closes below it, so that we can enter into our sell trade. And for now, I'll pause the video for a while until that happens, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Okay, and we're back, and I've just entered a trade here, as you can see with the green line. As soon as that candle closed right here, and we can see that in the meantime, price has moved down. Here's my stop and my take profit levels. And you can see below here that we had at least 3 histogram bars below the red line, and that the blue line was below the red line on the stochastic. And we had a close below the level of the most recent swing point here. So having entered the trade, we can see that price is moving down. It's halfway down already. Okay, so nothing much more we can do right now. We're going to wait for price to continue on its path, and I'm expecting it to hit our take profit. So I'm going to pause the video and be back soon. Okay, so we are back, and you can see that price hit our take profit here. We can see also that we were not in any danger of hitting our stop loss there. Stop loss was up here and take profit level down here. And we can see how the trade progressed. Another successful trade, and that's it for this trade. Right, so let's have a look at the charts. I'm on the US dollar, Japanese yen 4 hour, and I have a potential setup for a buy trade forming. So what I'm looking for now is for price to move up above the most recent swing point, the high, this one, and to close above it. I'll just mark that off. And then you can see also the MACD, the white histograms are above the red line, at least 3. And on the stochastic below, the blue line is above the red line. So we can see that a potential buy setup is forming. So now I'm basically waiting for the price to move up above the most recent swing high point there and close above it. The rest of the indicators should remain in alignment at that point. So nothing much to do right now except for wait and see, and I'll pause the video and come back should these conditions all be met. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've just entered a trade. This candle here closed just above the most recent swing high. So as soon as it closed above that level, I entered a trade at the close of the candle, and you'll see below that the white histogram lines are white and above the red line, and the stochastic blue line remains above the red line. So all indicators were in alignment. Entered the trade above the swing high at the close of that candle, and I've also set my stop loss below the most recent swing low point, and my take profit I've set at a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Okay, and I'm back again, and as you can see, price has been heading up. It's heading towards our take profit. There's been some movement, and so at the moment I'm still waiting for my take profit to be hit, and everything's going perfectly so far. So really we can't do much more right now. I'm going to wait and pause the video and come back with an update again soon. Okay, and I'm back, and as you can see, this trade was successful. Here was my entry, and here was the exit or take profit point where we bagged our profit. And as you can see plainly on the chart, price just rose, small dip, and then straight up to our take profit level. Let's just have a look here and see the pips, and we can see that's about 116 pips that we made there. So another great trade here on a higher time frame, and we can see the effectiveness of the system and the profitability of the system when the rules are followed correctly. Thank you for watching. We can continue now with the rest of our presentation. As you can see, this is a very reliable and profitable system. It has a set of simple rules and can be traded on any currency pair or time frame. If you follow them, you should see good results. Please remember to post a comment below letting me know what you like about the system and to join my first in line notification list. Thank you, and I'll chat with you again soon.